Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome again for the second day of the online training program co-organized by AARDO and TARA. So yesterday we talked about low carbon cements, that is LC3. And today we are going to talk about affordable and clean energy solutions, that is renewable energy. We will be showcasing some case study. There will be a set of presentation, and then we will be showcasing you certain videos or testimonials that is there. So I welcome all. I welcome Sanjeev sir from AARDO for joining us today. And now I would like to request Sanjay sir for presenting the topic, and he will be taking forward. Over to Sanjay sir.
Hello. Screen visual? Okay, thank you. Welcome to all participants. Very good morning. I am Sanjay Singh from Tara Urja. So about Tara Urja, I will be giving you a short presentation. Hello. Okay. So Tara Urja is basically a off-grid solar-based energy company within Tara. We basically know that power generation or power production is one of the key indicators for economic growth and industrial development of any country in the world. Okay, so the countries which are called developed, there if you say the power consumption or power generation per capita is much higher than the developing nations. So we can indirectly or directly interfere that if the power consumption is more, it means the country is developing faster. In Indian context, demand has always been in excess of supply. Uh, Besides the higher transmission losses and low plant load factors, shortages of peak demand, uh, poor infrastructure. This led to, and then whatever the power is generated in developing countries is mostly from the thermal based, which is basically consuming the fossil fuels, which add to the carbon footprint. And with growing awareness and need to reduce the carbon footprint, uh, way back in 2011-12, Tara in uh, joint venture with Rockefeller Foundation started a program called Speed. Uh, that is the program was Smart Power uh, for environmentally sound economic development. This speed program was is now later renamed as SPRD, Smart Power for Rural Development. So under that, project, this, uh, program of renewable energy was taken up in India, and the program was implemented by TARA on the ground. So from there, the story of Tara Urja begins. Tara Urja is not any separate legal entity. It is a business unit within Tara, which is looking after all those microgrids. So Tara Urja is a energy service company. It's seeking to promote the economic development and well-being of the village community, rural India, basically. Tara is part of development alternative groups, and Tara Urja is basically one vertical within Tara. So this program dialogue with Rockefeller, it started in 2011, and finally Tara Urja was formed or conceived in 2014 under the program, as I said, SPEED. Now it is referred to as SPRD, Smart Power for Rural Development. At present, we are providing reliable, stable, and utility-grade electricity services in the rural areas of Uttar Pradesh and Bihar in India. Uh, Basically, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, and MP are the three major states which, uh, you know, uh, contains the maximum population which were not having access to electricity in the year I am talking 2014. At that time in India, roughly 20% of the people were not having uh, access to electricity, and most of the population lies in these three states. Out of the three, we focused in UP and Bihar. So this is our journey so far. We, as a group, started thinking of alternate source of energy uh, or renewable source of energy way back in 1980 at the time of our inception. In 1996, we launched first biomass gasifier in India, and in 2011 we launched uh, first solar village Rampura in UP, and in 2014 Tara Urja was conceived and formed. Roughly 24 million people. These figures are basically based on 2014, not of current years. At that time, roughly 20% of the Indian population was not having access to electricity. If you reliable electricity, if we talk of these figures as of date, then this is hardly uh, zero point 0.3. That is 99.7% population of India is now having access to reliable electricity. Further, distribution and electricity gets hampered by the difficulty associated with collection within the rural environment. These are the facts as of the year 2014 when Tara Urja was conceived. Uh, and since then, we executed around 2021 microgrids in the two states of India. And as of date, we are serving directly, indirectly more than 8,000 rural people, or whose life we have been able to affect positively. What we do? Tara Urja has a business entity. We are basically putting up new solar mini grids or off grids and operating them, providing green energy to the rural communities. This translates into providing reliable electricity to the rural population, be it the individual households or the micro enterprises, families, communities, etc. When there is a reliable source of electricity, it transforms or translates in general welfare of the community. Uh, it provides the impetus to business. It provides facilities to children's in their education, families, uh, by not depending upon coal or wood for energy requirements. We do a lot of technological innovations. When we started with the simple distribution, generation and distribution without any monitoring. Then we introduced load limiters to limit the supply of electricity as per the requirement of the customers. Then we further developed and did the technological innovation, and now as of date we are using smart meters which does most of the functions automatically, right from connecting to disconnecting a consumer based on the requirement. If suppose someone requires more electricity, we can increase his setting remotely and he will get access to higher load. If someone doesn't pay in time, we can switch his connection remotely, sitting in our uh, at a far remote place. So these right now we are basically using smart meters. Besides this, we keep on innovating new technologies uh, in terms of customer service for demand growth, generating new applications, improving upon the applications, use of step up, step down transformers in case the load is far away from the generating point, then lot of voltage drop takes place. So for that we use step up, step down transformers. So like that way we keep on innovating new technologies, new concepts, uh, new uh, lab skill trials. Right now we are testing use of lithium ion battery for energy storage in mini grid space. And with this, we consistently our food right now we are serving more than 8,000 plus customers. Our business model, Tara Urja, is basically very simple. We set up our own energy generation units. Uh, that is our more mini grids. Mostly our mini grids started with a capacity of 30 kilowatt peak. As of now, many of them has been graduated simultaneously in steps to now 60 kilowatt peak also. So few of our mini grids are of 60 kilowatt peak, few are of 37.5 kilowatt peak, few are of 45 kilowatt peak. So as the demand increased, we kept on adding more capacity to meet the surging demand. So we generate and we distribute. We have our own dedicated distribution line other than the government grids. We have our own distribution setup. So our key function, Tara Urja, it's basically starts from scratch. That is site identification and finalization, which is one of the very critical activities, which in the beginning doesn't sound so, but later on, when one enters into the business, then realizes yes, site identification and finalization is very critical. Then setting up of mini grid infrastructure. Once this is set up, plant is set up, then the task of customer acquisition, then load development, load control through smart devices. When you have distributed your electricity, then it's the collection time. You have to ensure that you receive timely collections, and then regular maintenance of grid and customization of monitoring technology. These are broad classification of uh, job functions which Tara Urja carries day in, day out. This is a typical schematic diagram, how the power generated from solar plant to it goes to distribution networks, these poles. From there, it is distributed to households, shops, hospitals, commercial loads, institutions, and so on and so forth. And we, though our is off-grid solar, but if it is on-grid solar, then if any surplus electricity is there, that can be uh, uh, transmitted to the national grid also. We started our journey in January 2014. In 2014, we started with our first plant, and we had managed around 60 consumers. From there, gradually over the years, we kept on adding new plants, and now, as of today, that is March 2022 end, we were having roughly 1700 odd customers. The number of customers keep on varying because the overall basket is that is the number of customer basket is remains more or less same. The only thing is the new enterprises or the new businesses which come up in the rural area, that adds on, and then few drops get drops of their own, or we intentionally drop someone if someone doesn't pay in time or is very inconsistent in payments. So more or less the number of clients remains in the range of 1700 plus minus 10-20 customers. So as of today we are operating 21 mini grid sites. This is our footprint in the state of Bihar and Uttar Pradesh of India. Our innovation so far, we started with bare mini grids, managing in the initial years manually. Everything was manually managed. Data collection was manual, depending upon the ground team. Analysis of data was manual with Excel sheets. Uh, so collection, one of the major activity, it was also manual, depending upon our field collecting agents, basically. But gradually we developed customer apps called Smart Connect with smart metering, and we developed our data management system, which I will elaborate in my subsequent slides, to manage the overall operations more efficiently and effectively. Then we graduated or parallelly developed or innovated in creating mini grids in a box. It's basically modular design, whereby the overall execution time, that is from the time you start identifying sites to completion of project, that time roughly at in 2014 was to the tune of 4 to 6 months. That has been now drastically reduced to around 2 months by making it a modular in nature. So the modular design, you just uh, construct a basic mini grid, and then based on your requirement, you can keep on modules to increase its capacity. Most of the parts are prefabricated, so very less or minimal civil construction at the site. And then, of course, the power management systems. Data management, very crucial for our kind of business, where we are basically B2C, directly monitoring or managing the customers. So we developed a data management system, which has three broad segments. One is the centralized business management, customer management, and then external stakeholder review. In the centralized business management, it's basically the monitoring of the state and cluster business performances, plant level operations and P&L management, and then the field force managing overall management of the field force and driving efficiency from their work. In customer management, metering, billing, and collection, which are the main three complaint areas for the customers, and key critical areas from the company's point of view uh, to have a healthy and sound relationship with the village community. And then, of course, customer service and complaint redressal. Then for external stakeholder review, it's basically sharing data with our investor or with our board of director or with our senior management. So with this data management system, all our operational activities and parameters are online, are available at the tick of one button. Anyone can access anytime, any data, any performance parameter. It's absolutely online. No need to depend upon the field team. It's basically online. DMS, that is the data management system, it can source real-time data from the ground staff and feed into a centralized dashboard. So the web-based centralized dashboard, it's basically it monitors plant, customer, uh, level performances. It monitors billing, collection, uh, partial collection, dues, overdues. It monitors generation, consumption, various losses, including the generation side losses and the transmission side losses, as well as the uh, in-house losses within the plant losses. We can monitor any scheme, sales promotional scheme if we run, that also can be monitored online. Uh, it's monitoring of operational cost, monitoring of each and every member of the ground team. Everything we have access online. This this is the basically for the convenience of the management side. Similarly, for our field team or field agent, we have an app, mobile app. So with that, they can do all types of data entries with their mobile itself. Be it be reading, taking energy meter readings or MPPT, that is the generation side readings, or different feeders readings, input of daily collection, whatever they collect on daily basis, they deposit to banks, and the transaction data, the whatever uh, deposit in banks happens, that is cross verified. It's everything is basically online. Whatever they do, they have to do just with the help of their mobile app. They can add customers, they can delete, they can upgrade, they can degrade customers as and when required, of course, with certain prior approvals or appropriate approvals which are inbuilt in the app itself. They can see each and every customer's dues, plant wise, cluster wise. Uh, they can monitor any complaint which is raised by any of the customer. It's all on time. As soon the customer raises any complaint, any service related issues, it's get highlighted, and the respective technician of that site and the respective cluster in charge of that site, they get the pop-ups immediately. Then we have features for customer as well, because customer ultimately it is a customer who is God to us. So without their entire satisfaction, this data management system can't be complete. So with this feature, our customer, they can uh, very easily access to their day-to-day consumption, what what when and how much they are consuming, uh, what payments they have made, what is balance, if they have any credit limit, is it getting to exhaust, because as soon the credit limit exhausts, the electricity automatically gets off due to smart meters. And if they have any complaint, they can log, which automatically gets registered in our main system, and then the our customer reps or the service technicians takes appropriate actions. The centralized dashboard is a real-time data monitoring system to gauge plant-wise, cluster-wise, state-wise portfolio performance. This is a sample of our dashboard system we have presented. When we open our web-based uh, that DMS, so this is how it looks like. This is the financial dashboard. Similarly, we have operational dashboard. In the financial dashboard, here in the at the top, we have state, like it is written UP for Uttar Pradesh. If we select only UP, Uttar Pradesh, then, and if you want to select site also, suppose if you want to any X site of X state, then we have to put the name of the state, name of the site, and then select the duration period for which you want the information, and then submit. You will get the information of that site for that duration. If you just don't mention any site and just select state, then it will give the complete data for the state cumulatively. The red figures is basically the billing for the zone period. Against that, what was the collection is in light blue color. Below that, their breakups, like for collection, the breakups are given like CHG, that is collection against charge, that is electricity charges. Collection against activation, that is 18,090 rupees Indian rupee. Its activation charges means the new customers which are engaged, from them we charge a initial joining fee. So that cumulatively for the concerned period has been this much amount, and similarly for other things. As I was talking about the financial dashboard, similarly in the financial dashboard we can have n number of parameters, n number of variables. We can uh, like this pie chart. We we can uh, segregate our revenues into different types of consumer segments, like household basic, household advanced, shops, institutions, commercials, RO, and so forth. And then their respective graphs in bar form, it can also be generated online. Similarly, we can monitor collection of our revenue, and this how it reflects on the dashboard. It is shown as site wise, plant wise. The names are given, uh, and there the maroon colored is basically the billing, and the light colored is basically the collection against that. So this is how we monitor our collections. The dashboard can be used to track performance of individual field agent by selecting, uh, you know, from this we can select the site, we can select the agent whose performance we want to check, we can select the month for which we want to check and the year for which we want to check, and then the data is displayed, and the summary is displayed at the top itself against electricity, what was the collection, activation, any scheme was there, so and so forth. The dashboard can churn automatic customized reports as per requirement. Like we have certain standard templates, but other than that, if required, that can be generated as well. For our stakeholders or our external stakeholders, they can access their reports. We can, like for SPI, that is Smart Power India, a subsidiary of Rockefeller Foundation. For them, we have created a module so they can access their report from by logging in to our website and going to this. They can access directly. No need to ask us or get in touch with us. They can access anytime, any report freely. Technology is currently used, as I was explaining in the beginning. We started with the uh, simple distribution of electricity. We then introduced load limiters. Then we introduced smart load limiter, and then finally we switched over to smart meters. This is a glimpse of smart meters, how it looks like. These meters are being imported from USA, company called Spark Meter. The beauty of these meters is you can do everything. You can set, like you can set the permissible load of a customer. Suppose if you, depending upon the packages which customer is opting for, suppose some customer has opted for a package of 100 watt, then you can set for that customer 100 watt as the permissible wattage. So till 100 watt, it will keep on supplying, and as soon the 100 watts crosses, it gives warning signal to customer through the mobile app to reduce his load and bring it below 100 watt. Otherwise, it gets disconnected in 25 seconds. So we can set the limit, that is the load limit. We can set the TOD, that is the time of the day. Say some customer has a requirement of 500 watt during daytime, but in the evening he want only 300 watt, and during night time, say between 12 o'clock midnight till 6 a.m. in the morning, he want only 100 watt. We can set all these three requirements in this meter, and the meter functions accordingly. If someone has opted for 100 watt during the night time, that is 12 o'clock midnight to 6 a.m. in the morning, then he can't use above 100 watt. As soon the his load goes beyond 100 watt, the meter will give him a signal that your load has increased, please bring it down, otherwise it will get disconnected. So we can set TOD also in this. With this meter and the associated application, we can monitor customers uses, that is how smooth his uses, or when his uses gets peak, and when its usage is minimal during the day. So we can monitor the uses of the customer also. So all these things we can do with this, and this is all remotely. No need to visit the site. We can do all these things sitting in Delhi and our sites in UP and Bihar. If someone doesn't pays in time, so these meters gets automatically disconnected, because we have fed a credit limit, and as soon that credit limit exhausted, it gives warning signal, time to uh, update the credit. If customer fails, then it simply disconnects the customer with a reminder to customer that your connection has been temporarily disabled. Please pay so that it can be reactivated. Customers served. We serve different types of customers. It's basically we supply power for shops, households, and power for micro enterprises. For any new connection, we charge one-time non-refundable connection fee because whenever a new customer joins, we have to provide him a energy meter. We have to provide draw connection line from main pole to his house. So for all these, there are bare minimum cost which we call as connection charges. So that is one-time non-refundable charges we take from all customers. Then we have standard packages. Customer has to opt from those standard packages. We can customize as per customer requirement also based on the demand. Similarly to micro enterprises, the basic connection charges remains the same, but their packages are mostly customized because they are the bulk users. So we keep different pricing mechanism for them. Besides this, we serve institutional loads also like schools, banks, BDOs, that is block development offices, and hospitals. We guarantee why we are surviving uh, in the rural space, though government grids are available, is we guarantee our customers that we will give you 24 by 7 service, irrespective of the amount of business they do with us. So that assurance from us has kept us above all, be it DG electricity producer or be it the government grid. Types of customers serviced by us, it varies from micro enterprises like paper plate making enterprises, tailoring units, irrigation pumps, uh, snack manufacturers, or primary schools, shopkeepers, street vendor, uh, cloth merchants, sweet shop, so and so forth. Here again, street vendors, barber shop, household, children uh, reading his a child reading his book, barber shop again. Then enterprises like this machine operator, lathe machine operator. Uh, so these are the different type of customers we service. Coming to the impact, what we have created so far is increase in electricity consumption by the micro enterprises, and not only micro enterprises. In general, we have observed there has been a increase, substantial increase in the consumption pattern of all the customers, be it household, uh, be it shops, or be it commercial enterprises. So far, there has been a jump of 460% in this. Household, there is a 25% increase in consumption pattern. We have around 14 RO plants, water treatment plants, operating on our microgrids from the electricity generated by our microgrids. Due to availability of regular and assured power, we have seen a drastic change in the uh, reading times of children as well. There has been drop in the accident rates which the rural women has to undergo. And a reduction of carbon emission by around 1021 tons per year. Our success stories, it's a micro enterprises we developed, as I just told, around 14 RO units are working, water treatment plants are operating on our plant, mini grids. A pallet manufacturing unit is taking electricity from our mini grid, irrigation pumps running on our mini grid, digital education, that is the smart education program of government of India. They are taking from us electricity, healthcare, or any other application. In 2017, there was severe flood in the state of Bihar. It was so severe that all the government machinery was totally collapsed. Not a single uh, government institution, or not even a single enterprise or any one is having was having availability of government supply. It was the supply from our solar mini grid, which provided a relief to the local community as well as the government, the block development office, who took our services to ensure appropriate safety and making availability of the essential commodities to the local communities. Only our plant was operational during that time also. So these are the two, and this was captured in Forbes magazine and India Climate Change. This is our ground team with the community members and few of our staff members from HO. Thank you.
Thank you, Sanjay sir.
Thank
We
you.
would, yeah. So, carrying it forward, I would just request the IT team to play YouTube videos. There are few videos related to this technology and success stories from the real ground people who have already used these technology. So I would just request them to play that.
क्योंकि यहाँ पे पहले बिजली नहीं थी। बिजली आने से पहले ये आया। पहले जनरेटर था, जनरेटर हम लोग भाड़े पे लिए थे, तो जनरेटर था तो अपना उसी से अपना काम चलाते थे। फिर शाम को सिर्फ बत्ती जलाने के लिए ही मिलता था। और तारा ऊर्जा जब से आया है तब से एनी टाइम हमेशा लाइट रहता है, कोई भी काम हम लोग को करने में आसानी रहती है। और गवर्नमेंट की लाइन जो है वो तो रहता है नहीं, एनी टाइम नहीं रहेगा, लेकिन ये जो है वो रहेगा, इसके लिए तो कोई ये नहीं है। थोड़ा सा भी कनेक्शन में दिक्कत आती है, तुरंत फोन करते हैं तो उनके पास आके लाइट देख लेता है, जोड़ देता है। बस यही है। हाँ, ग्रोथ हुआ, क्योंकि पहले मशीन से जो भी बाल को कर्ली करना है या स्ट्रेच करना है उसमें तो चाहिए लाइट। पहले ये सब मशीन नहीं रखे थे, जब ये लाइट आया तब से वो सब मशीन भी रख लिए, वो सब भी करने लगे, तो बहुत फायदा हुआ। बढ़ने के लिए तो वही है, अभी फिलहाल अब लोन भी दे रहा है सब किसी को बिजनेस लाइन में, जैसे कि पार्लर में एसी लगाना हुआ, कुर्सी खरीदना हुआ, इन सब के लिए। लेकिन इस बार लेंगे तो एसी लगाएंगे और उसके बाद टाइम पे उसका जो किस्त है उसको। मुझे देख के ही कुछ अपना मकान नहीं खोली पार्लर, कुछ किराए पे लेकर खोली, कुछ सिलाई केंद्र खोली। बहुत सारी महिलाएं हैं जो मतलब कमाने के लिए अपना कला को दिखाया कि हाँ हम भी जानते हैं, हम भी कुछ कमा सकते हैं। हम उत्सुक करते हैं कि आप लोग भी कुछ कीजिए, मेरे जैसा कमाइए, कुछ पैसा आप लोग के पास भी हो, आप लोग भी हिम्मत बनाइए कि हम लोग को भी कुछ करना है। एक हस्बैंड के ही पैसे पे डिपेंड नहीं करता है कि हाँ चलो हस्बैंड कमा रहे हैं तो कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है हमको कमाने की। आजकल तो एकदम हस्बैंड वाइफ दोनों को कमाना चाहिए।
Thank you so much. Next video, please.
This school established 24 March 2014। मेरे पास 35 स्टूडेंट 1 ईयर है, फिर भी मैं यहाँ पे 4 स्टाफ रखी हूँ। मेरे पास टोटल 350 स्टूडेंट्स और 16 स्टाफ। कि मेरे क्लास, हर विद्यालय की जितनी भी क्लास है टोटल डिजिटल होगा। मेरे पास ऑलरेडी 5 कंप्यूटर्स अवेलेबल हैं, बट इलेक्ट्रिक की वजह से नई क्लास दी बच्ची कुछ दिन की, बट ऐसा होता है कि सडनली लाइन कट हो जाता है तो वो हैंग करने लगा CPU। और मेरे कुछ स्टाफ थे, हम घर चले गए, थोड़ी नॉलेज नहीं था, वो टोटल पता मालूम चला कि बहुत से फंक्शन जो है तो ओपन करने के बाद और उसको डायरेक्ट सेट डाउन मार दिया, तो जो CPU था वो 2 बार हैंग किया, इसलिए हम रोल करके रह गए। सारी चीज़ें देखिए, कभी मैं बच्चों को लाता हूँ, प्ले क्लास के बच्चों को यहाँ पर, तो इसमें अपना पेन ड्राइव
एडिसन ने बल्ब बनाया, ग्राहम बेल ने फोन, पर पहिए तो किसने खोजा हमें बताए कौन। एडिसन ने बल्ब बनाया, ग्राहम बेल ने फोन, पर पहिए तो किसने खोजा हमें बताए कौन।
बत्ती का कि मतलब लाइट है तो बच्चे अब टाइम टेबल के अनुसार पढ़ सकते हैं, अपना टाइम पे वर्क कर सकते हैं। अंधेरा में तो बच्चे कभी पढ़ नहीं पाते थे, टाइम पे अपना वर्क करना है, बच्चे अपना टाइम टेबल पे मतलब सोते उठते सब है, अपना टाइम टेबल पे पढ़ना है, सब कुछ करना है अपना। बेटर है, तारा ऊर्जा के अनुसार मतलब लाइफ में बेस्ट है।
आज भी जगह न होने के कारण मैंने अपना एडमिशन अभी रोका हुआ, अंडर कंस्ट्रक्शन हो रहा है। हमने सर से कहा भी था कि यदि आप सपोर्ट करेंगे तो मैं टोटल क्लासेस जो है ना डिजिटल कर दूँगा, लेकिन थोड़ा सा सपोर्ट चाहिए। सपोर्ट ऐसे कि हम टोटल एक साथ नहीं चाहते कि जो है तो एक साथ मनी लगाएं। हमने कहा था यदि आप एज ए इंश्योरेंस कुछ आप हमें प्रोवाइड करेंगे तो हमारा भी काम होगा और हम आपके साथ भी जो है बेटर होगा। मंथली इंश्योरेंस हो जाए, हम मंथली पे करते रहेंगे और मेरा भी जो है प्रोग्रेस होगा।
20 मील होता है, यह मील होता है 30, यह मील 30, यह एक गाड़ी है।
हुए, उसके बाद मतलब दुकान में चला गया। पहले जो है पर जनरेटर तो सबसे ज़्यादा था। लाइट से हम लोग का सुविधा है कि जिसके पास लाइट नहीं है उसके दुकान अंधेरा रहेगा, हमारे पास लाइट है दुकान में। लाइट आ गया तो बहुत अच्छा हुआ, सबको मतलब सुविधा हुआ। कस्टमर भी आता था तो पहले लाइट नहीं था तो अंधेरा था, कस्टमर भी आता है तो पूरा मतलब लाइट होता है, सही रहता है। दुकान चलाएंगे और क्या करेंगे, हम लोग दुकान चल रहे हैं और पढ़ाई करते हैं। अभी क्या करेंगे, आगे पढ़ेंगे अच्छी से और दुकान चलाएंगे और कुछ पढ़ने के बाद कुछ होगा। मतलब हम हेल्प करते हैं, भैया के लिए पूरी दुकान चला दें और हम भी चला देंगे, हम भैया के काम पर ना करना।
थे जब अंधेरा होता था तो गैस सिलेंडर चलाते थे और उसे काम चलता था, फिर बंद किया अपना गैस। हम ही नहीं पूरा बाजार है, मानकर चलिए कि 6:45 बजे अभी किरण डूब रहा है ना, 7, 7:15, 7:30 लेटेस्ट घर भागी। तब से जब स्टार्टिंग हुआ ना तो फर्स्ट बल्ब मैं ही लिया। मतलब कि देखिए अब बिजनेस तो अधिकांश मोबाइल से होता है। मान लेने कि हमने लिया तो मोबाइल चार्ज किया, अभी जो काटा है काटा चार्ज कर रहे हैं, लाइट जला रहे हैं और समय पर लाइट हमको मिल जाता है। 9 बजे तक हम लोग दुकानदारी करते हैं, 9 बजे के बाद दुकान ऑफ हो गया अपना घर। जी हाँ, वहाँ पोखरा पर जो शिव मंदिर है, माँ माया का स्थान है ना, वहाँ से लेके और यहाँ तक ये आपका जो लाइट जल रहा है ये सब तारा का ही। मार्केट अभी आपका 9:30 बजे तक मार्केट रहे। तो स्कीम बताया है जैसे वॉशिंग मशीन है और सब है। हम बोले कि होली बाद हम 1-2 मशीन हमको कर दीजिए। जब कंपनी का जब ऑफर आता है और छमी को 1-2 दीजिए, इसके बाद धीरे धीरे लोग पंखा उखा लेना है। अब तो गर्म का टाइम है और ये सब जो है गैस बनाता है, गर्म होता है। सोच रहे हैं कि विपुल बाबू से बोले कि पंखा दे दीजिए, उसको जब 30 होगा हम देते चलेंगे।
पहले मैंने दूसरी जगह काम कर रहा था आरओ में ही, और उसमें मैंने 2-4 मंथ काम किया। फिर मैंने अपने थ्रू से उनको बहुत अच्छा उनको प्रॉफिट दिया। फिर मुझे लगा कि नहीं, मुझे खुद का करना चाहिए, क्योंकि मैं जो दूसरे के लिए कर रहा हूँ उतना मैं अपने लिए करूँगा तो मेरा सबसे पहले तो मेरा होगा, और दूसरी मैं जो भी कमाऊँ उसको दे रहा हूँ वो मुझे होगा। तारा का बहुत मुझे हेल्प मिला, उन्होंने मुझे यहाँ पे रहने के लिए दिया और मुझे टाइमली मुझे बिजली मिल जाता है, और बहुत सारे मुझे ऐसा है तारा वजह से मुझे हेल्प मिला है। जितना भी कहूँ कम ही पड़ेगा। ट्रेनिंग तो पहले मैंने दूसरे आरओ प्लांट में काम कर रहा था तो वहाँ पे तो थोड़ा बहुत मैंने तो लिया ही था। फिर उसके बाद यहाँ पे ये जो आए थे सिस्टम वाले ने मुझे उन्होंने ट्रेनिंग दिया। फिर मैंने जब कंफर्म हो गया तो फिर उन्होंने बोला कि ठीक है, तो सर ने मुझे ये सब मशीनें लगा कर दिए। हाँ, फिर उसके दौर पे मुझे कुछ इंस्टॉलमेंट जमा करना पड़ा, करके फिर उसके बाद मैंने सर सब कुछ ये करके दिए। फिर मैं अभी यहाँ पे काम कर रहा हूँ। मैंने मार्केट में ही यहाँ डेरनी में और अगल बगल गांव है वहाँ पे देता हूँ, और डेली 40-50 बोतल ये मैं सेल करता हूँ। और दूसरे पार्टी वगैरह हुआ, शादी वगैरह, फंक्शन, कोई भी फंक्शन हुआ उसमें भी डिलीवरी करता हूँ। सबसे फायदा तो पहले ये हुआ कि मैं तो इसका ऑनर मैं कहला रहा हूँ, और दूसरी बात ये है कि मैं दूसरे का जितना कर रहा हूँ, अब मैं उतना मैं अपने आप में कर रहा हूँ। अब मैं जितना इसमें करूँगा मेहनत, उतना मैं पैसा कमाऊँगा। और आज मैं खुद पहले दूसरे में काम करता था, आज मैं दूसरे को काम करवा रहा हूँ इसमें रख के। ये अगल बगल में गांव है, वहाँ पर घूमेंगे। मैं अपने पानी के बारे में बताऊँगा कि अदर वाटर से मेरा अच्छा है। वो सब मेरा 5 लेयर है, मेरा 5 जगह से रिफाइन होता है, मेरा शुद्धता है पानी का। हाँ, मेरा TDS इतना हुआ, ये सब मैं अपने पानी को बताऊँगा। बुरे पानी पीने से क्या होता है, अच्छे पानी पीने से क्या होता है, ये सब मैं बताऊँगा। थोड़ा बहुत मुझे जो भी मिलता था, अब उससे मैं ज़्यादा इनकम करके दे रहा हूँ। मैं अपने घर में हाथ लगाया हूँ जी। मैं पहले से है, मैं सरतुसी में, और मैं अपने थ्रू मैं काम करवा रहा हूँ।
अच्छा।
Thanks. Thanks. I would request participants to share their questions, or if they have any queries related to the technology, or if they have any suggestions on that. So please unmute, and or if you can drop your questions on the chat box. So I would like to ask one question, is that we have done the project or maybe implementation of this technology in Uttar Pradesh and areas of Bihar. So are we looking forward to expand it in other areas, or how government is right now taking it further? Do we not need to expand Tara Urja, and let Indian government is doing that implementation of electricity? And sir, unmute please.
Sorry. This renewable energy space uh, is at two nascent stage in India as far as this mini grid space is, and not rural energy. Mini grid space, there is lot of scope, but the initial capex is little on the higher side. That is the only hindrance for expansion of mini grid. Otherwise, as far as technology is concerned, it is perfectly apt for rural areas, decentralized energy systems. But with time, the cost has drastically come down for PV modules, battery storage systems. So with time, it will become more and more affordable. So if funding is available, then we can expand it to further expand into the two states itself. There are, because expanding, instead of expanding into more number of states, rather we can expand in the existing states where we are present, and where we have basically catch, or we know the nerves of the society. So we can definitely expand. This is availability of funds for expansion.
Okay, so
Yeah.
there is this question in the chat box related to any branches of Tara Urja in Southern Africa. So that, for which I would like to say that we don't have it. But yeah, if the governments of the countries in African region or Asian region are interested, then they may contact us, right, to
Yes,
us.
we
Yeah.
can help any enterprise or any company or any society or NGO or anybody if want to establish
even if the
off-grid.
government
Yeah,
because
even government
we might
also.
be having
Yes,
a lot of officers from the government departments of various countries,
yes,
so
yes.
even if they are interested to implement such ideas, so we would be happy to provide technical knowledge.
Yes, we can provide complete not only technology or technological knowledge, but
And
techno-commercial, I will say rather, because we, with our basically almost 9 years of operations in mini grid space, I can very confidently say that we know a lot more than others know about the rural energy and particularly off-grid energy space or mini-grid space. Basically. So we can provide complete techno-commercial
yeah.
knowledge. Yes.
So there's one question raise hand. Please speak. Yeah. Yes, sir. Please.
Shemuel from Bangladesh. You please
There
unmute
is
yourself.
one more person, Gideon Lupia.
Gideon, yeah,
Hi.
please, yeah.
Good morning, admin. I'm
Very good
calling
morning.
from Southern Africa. So
Okay.
I had written a question on the chat box where I was asking if Tara Uja has a branch in Southern Africa, and it was responded that you do not have a branch in Southern Africa. But
Yes.
is it possible for us to import the components that our engineers can come and install over here? I submit.
For this, I think if we can, I would request you to please write to us, and we can, Sanjay sir can take you forward, and we can have to pay visits and train your engineers to use that technology firstly. Sir would be the right person to answer.
Yes, please send your detailed requirement, and once we go through that, because what I could interpret from what you just spoke is right. Or you want the techno commercial know-how.
Yes, the question is, can we import components that our engineers can come and install? We would like to set up an irrigation system using solar
Yes,
energy.
yes. So you please send your detailed requirement, then we can take it forward. Yes.
We
Then
can
could
fix
you
up a
share your
meeting.
address, sir?
Yes, it's in Delhi, but we can fix up a meeting separately for with Sanjay sir, you and our team, and then we can finalize on to how can we import the technology and provide training to the engineers so that they can deploy that technology in the field, and how can they work, like make it functional. So that whole model will be there. We can have a meeting. I've dropped the mail ID of Sanjay Singh Mewar. You can write to him, and we can set up a meeting and then get forward to work. Yeah. There is one more hand raised from Bangladesh. If they can unmute. I think they've left.
Yeah,
No.
seems.
If you have any other questions from any other participants or their interest or any suggestion or quick comments. Yeah. Please unmute. Please unmute. Uh, Isaac, if you can unmute, please. Isak, if you can share what is the query?
Hello, good morning, colleagues.
Hi.
I am Isaac Mlambwa calling from Zambia.
Good morning, Isaac.
Yes, over the technology issue. Thank you. Over the decentralized energy system story success of Tauraji. To be specific, here in Zambia, able engineers who are able to assemble components, sometimes even fabricate the components from the start. So I think moving in this view forward, would just like AARDO to establish a strong African division headquarters where we in Africa can manage to access these things and manipulate them in such manner. Currently, I am a student from Information and Communication University. I'm studying agronomy and working with the colleagues who are studying electrical and electronics. We as students, we've seen milestone of development where piloting projects have been made on solar energy as a way of alternative source of energy, which is renewable. Sure. So that is my contribution. Thank you.
Yeah, if even if any of the member countries interested or any participant, they can also write to AARDO about this, so that we can directly get in touch with them, and if there's some interest being generated, so we can get back to you.
Hello, admin.
Yeah.
Hello, admin.
Hi.
Thank you. So I would like to say that I will involve the school where I am so that they can officially write to AARDO.
Yeah, you can officially write to AARDO.
Because even one of our senior lecturers, yes, even our senior lecturer, one of them is just on Muhango. I think he attended the previous AARDO summit of SOGAM, which was held in New Delhi, India. Some previous months back. Lateral MOUs, we can see the quick transfer of knowledge, technology, and probably.
So you can write directly to us or AARDO.
Information.
The mail IDs are given in the brochure already. If you have any comments or interest generated through this presentation, you can write to us. That's not a problem.
Thank you very much, admin.
Yeah.
You can mute me.
Yeah, please. If we have any other questions from the participants or
Hello, good afternoon. This is
yes,
Sanjeev Behra from AARDO.
yes, sir.
In fact, actually, I have a small suggestion. Like it is a very good presentation. The presentation, as discussed, actually, it will go to the participants.
Okay.
But actually, if you have got any literature on Tara Urja, 1 or 2 pager, maybe in the soft copy, it can be also sent to us so that you can also disseminate to our participants.
That we can do so.
Yeah. And thank you, Mr. Sanjay, for your nice presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, so we can share the 2-pager or 4-pager literature about the about Tara Urja, and the presentation, of course, we'll be sharing, and even the videos that we have showcased over here, we'll share the link over the WhatsApp group that is there. Even in fact, if anyone is having any questions, then we can take it, or else we can just jump on and introduce the next presentation that is going to happen tomorrow at the same time.
Madam Bharti, I suggest actually you to go for the announcing about tomorrow's program.
Okay, yeah, thanks. So I would like to thank Sanjay sir for the nice presentation and highlighting the success stories that we are having in Bihar and Uttar Pradesh. And of course, I am even more thrilled to know that people are very much interested, and few of the government people are there in the as the participants, and they might feel interested. We'll just share the presentation and let's see uh, uh, what is the interest being generated among the participants, and take it forward to the African countries. So taking it forward, the next tomorrow we will be having presentations from Mr. Avinash Kumar. He is a program officer, materials and climate change. He will be presenting about the technology called eco concrete technology. That is, yesterday it was about LC3, but which was a cement, and now we will be presenting about eco concrete, that is a greener material, a green concrete, which reduces carbon emissions. So you will be getting the know-how of the technologies, as well as certain case studies which we have done in Africa as well. So these kind of informations are lined up tomorrow, and day after tomorrow we'll be having a presentation on water solutions, having case studies from various geographies of India. So yeah, looking forward to see you all tomorrow at the same time, and good afternoon to all. Yeah, so I'll just close the link.
Thank you
Yeah,
all.
thank you so much.
Thank you.